Welcome back to the channel. My name is Elena and today we are talking a few easy ways that you can start learning about money today. So today I want to share with you some of the ways that I have learned about money and the ways that have helped me on my journey to understanding money and how it works and how to use it effectively in my life. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I make videos simplifying money and home. If that's content that you need in your life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And with that, let's get started. You may have guessed it from the thumbnail, but one of the ways that I learn about money is through books. I didn't have all the books that I'm going to talk about today to put in my thumbnail because I like to pretend I have less books than I have by loaning my books out as soon as I finish them. So I just rounded up what was around. My first rule of learning about money is that you do not have to agree with everything that anybody says. So you take the parts that are useful for you, apply the strategies that work for your situation, and take what you can, learn a little bit from everybody, but don't give up on learning about money if you don't believe in their life philosophy or you don't like their investing strategy or something. No one resource is going to be perfect for you and have all the answers. Everybody just has a little bit of the puzzle. That disclaimer was definitely needed for this first one because my first book recommendation is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And as talked about in a previous video, there are some parts about Dave Ramsey's philosophy that I love, and there's some parts that I could do without. The next book is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. I Will Teach You to Be Rich is a great overview about money. He definitely thinks about money in a different, non-traditional way and gives you real strategies. And he definitely has a different perspective on money, and he has obviously done well for himself. So if you're interested in a new perspective and learning about those basics, it's quite an amusing book also. Okay, my next book is Broke Millennial by Erin Lowry. So she is a millennial. This does have some language in it, so you've been warned. If that makes you uncomfortable, maybe not the best read for you. Definitely covers all those basics again and gives you some really nitty-gritty details about financial products and how all the money stuff works. So this is definitely kind of a technical book. I think I picked it up at a garage sale because see, there's the garage sale sticker. I paid 50 cents for it, good deal. It's definitely a great resource. I found it a little bit dry, but if you want to know a little bit about everything, this is the book. It's almost like an encyclopedia. Next book is The Latte Factor by David Bach. Maybe I just like this because I'm a musician and Bach. No, just kidding. This one is definitely a very easy read. If you're intimidated by money books, this book is only 132 pages and it's basically just a story, and but it could really change your perspective about money and how it works and how much power you do and do not have over your money. Next one is Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is like the original book about money that everyone thought you should read. I think there are definitely some valuable concepts in this book, but again, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. You're taking a little bit here, you're taking a little bit here as you're learning along things because, you know, this is just one person's perspective about money. This is also an interesting book to read about money, Everyday Millionaires by Chris Hogan. There's a lot of studies in here about what millionaires actually do and what they're actually like, so there's lots of percentages, but it is definitely conversational, so you won't get bored. The products that often come out of Ramsey Solutions are definitely very black and white, so just keep that in mind as you read the book, and you can always be thinking of the other perspective. Or okay, so if 64% of people did have their house paid off, that means that the rest of them didn't. So a significant portion of people didn't have their house paid off, or whatever they're trying to promote, they're going to focus on that aspect of it. Okay, one of my personal favorites is The Millionaire Next Door. I think this is a must read. This is one of the first personal finance books I often recommend to people if they're interested in learning more about money and changing their perspective on money, because it really kind of breaks down the walls of who actually has money and where they live and what they're doing and how they got there. The next way that I have learned a ton about money is YouTube. You may have guessed this one because I have a YouTube channel talking about money, so here we go. This is partly because I was inspired by other people making good informational videos about money. So YouTube can be a great way to learn about money because you can learn about it in small chunks. People make videos that are 10 or 20 minutes about money. You don't have to read. You could be watching YouTube while you're doing the dishes or feeding your kids or whatever it is. You don't have to be totally engaged to be absorbing some information because they're talking at you. My first channel suggestion, you may have guessed it, is Lena Brown Simplifying Home and Money. If you subscribe to my channel, I come out with videos about money and I'm trying to simplify money so that it's understandable for everybody. Plug over. Okay, my next channel suggestion is Stephan. He has several channels. He has a podcast channel where they do more in-depth interviews and ask people questions about their money, and then he also has informational videos. His original Stephan one definitely has a lot of content like that, and especially watch some of those older videos. They're not all about cryptocurrency like they normally are now. So if you want to learn more than just about cryptocurrency and credit cards, go back and watch some of his older videos, and those have been so informational for me. A new one that I have been getting into is Doug Andrews, 3-Dimensional Wealth. Definitely check that out. Remember, I'll have all the links in the description, so don't worry about remembering this right now. So Budget Girl. So Sarah has a YouTube channel. She is a house hacker like us. She also recorded her whole debt payoff journey on her YouTube channel and definitely has some interesting content around money. Debt-Free Dana has some short little informational videos about money and how to live very frugally, mostly centered around debt payoff and how not to spend money, not necessarily about how to make more money, but yeah, definitely check that out. Tiffany Thomas, Your Wealth Mentor, is a channel I just got into. She has become financially independent at a young age and has been talking about that process and investing and all that sort of thing. Jordan Page has a large family with lots of kids, so she can definitely advise you about how to save money on your food when you're feeding a lot of people and wanting to live a large life on a budget. One of my personal favorites is Our Rich Journey. These people worked for 8 years to become financially independent, which means they can live on their investments indefinitely, and they moved to Portugal and they talk about money and investing and how to do it. They are just super helpful, super friendly, and not intimidating. So I really like them. And last but not least would be One Big Happy Life. They share a monthly net worth update, and they also talk about slow debt payoff and living a big life and having really long-term goals and what that's like and how to track those. So that's definitely a good channel to watch also. I could go on about YouTubers. It's possible I've spent too much time on YouTube, but I was doing research for my channel. Yeah, that's it. Okay, my next way to learn about money is to experiment and observe. So when you hear about a new budgeting strategy, try it out. See how it works for you guys. See how it would look for your family. Adjust it so that it would work within your life circumstances. When you're watching those frugal tip videos that you find on Budget Girl's page, try to implement some of them. See if you could use some of them or what ones you're already using. So this is just like what is actually going to work for me, and you're just trying things out. That is a big way that I learn. I try, and sometimes I fail, and sometimes I succeed, and sometimes it's too much work, and sometimes I'm like, this is totally worth it for the money we're saving. So just experiment and try some of these ideas out that you're learning from your books or your YouTube or wherever you're learning them. Okay, my last tip is just to learn one thing at a time and follow your interests. So if you are interested in learning about how to use credit card points for vacations or something, you put that into the search bar for YouTube and see what comes up for that. And then you learn about that topic about money because you are interested in it, and then you know more about money than you did. So this isn't about reading all the books at once, watching all the videos at once, or whatever it is. It's about exploring and getting a little bit better and understanding a little bit more. I sincerely hope that this video was helpful for you. Let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite books, resources, YouTube channels for learning about money. I would love to find new ones and of course read more books. As always, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any uploads, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.